Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Okay.
We got a very special guest.
We here.
We have an Arbor Hill Capital Region. We ain't even just gonna put you in Albany. We got a Capital Region legend in the building today.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
Basketball master.
Master?
Yo, listen, Paul. I seen you do some stuff I couldn't comprehend. You know
on that court, man,
Yeah.
I turned into a different guy, man.
I couldn't comprehend it. Like, I can't chew gum, dribble a basketball, and jump at the same time. It's just, it's like, it's too much going on for me.
Yeah, yo, man, I think the gum relaxes me a little bit, man.
Like, I might go out there, I might see somebody do something, I might try to do it. That's the only move I got. Like the little in and out, that's it.
That's it?
And get past that, my foot just go to cement.
You got to shoot after the in and out, man. Shoot your jump shot, man. Shoot your shot, man.
I got a set shot. So pick the ball up, spinning, and it's too much. I don't know how you do it. So you definitely make it happen. But I got my boy in the building today.
Yes, sir.
Let the people know where they can find you to find out more about your basketball background.
Oh, man. Well, social media. Lloyd Johnson, Facebook, Instagram is Pooh CMB, and my Snapchat is Pooh223. 223 is my daughter's birthday, so we put that on there. But currently, I'm playing for the Albany Patroons right now. You know, we actually have home games this Friday, Saturday at the Washington Ave Armory. So if you want to come check us out, man, we currently 3-0 in the league. My second year playing, but yeah, and I'm here. I'm all around Albany, so you might run into me somewhere.
All right. So the basketball stuff, we know you're a master at that. You perfected your craft in that. I see you say you had a daughter. How old is she?
She'll be 12 next month.
Is she into sports?
She plays soccer. She played soccer since she was 4, up until she was maybe like 10. She's gonna go back and play this spring. And she started basketball last year. So that was kind of big for me.
That was big for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to push it on her, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be like, this is what you're doing. She a girl, you know. I didn't want to put that on her, you know what I'm saying? I wanted her to gradually take to it, you know. And over the course of time, she's just like, yo, I want to play. So
do you coach her?
Man, you know what's crazy? It's so hard. It's so hard to coach your kid. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't start them young. Once they get a certain age, and I started trying to work with her when she was maybe like 10, and she was at the stubborn age. So it was like, I ain't listening to daddy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you come to my games, you see me out, you know I know how to play. But, you know, it's tough. So I try little stuff, but, you know, when she was playing with Coach P, shout out to Coach P. He's excellent. You know, he's amazing what he does with those kids, man. So I actually got to get her back with him. I can't wait for AAU to start again.
Okay. So if she's 12, she's a preteen.
Preteen, man.
I only can imagine her attitude.
What? She is not too bad. She's actually a good kid, but she has her moments where it's like, what?
You have to be kidding me.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying an attitude like she's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
She may have the attitude like she knows it all.
Oh, that's what I'm referring to. You know, she's a bright kid, so it's like we can be working on her homework and she'd be like, "Daddy, that's not right," and I'm like, "What? I know this stuff. I teach it too." You know what I'm saying? So, but it's wonderful, man. It's a blessing.
So, she's growing up. She's going to be a teenager this year or next, right? How do you deal with the thought about boys?
Whew. Come on, man. You just going to throw that on me like that, man? Come on now. I try to avoid that at all costs, brother. But it's tough because, you know, I always think about when I was that age, 13 years old, and I'm like, man, I'm chasing after girls at 13, thinking they pretty and all of this, and I'm like, you know, but as a dad, you know, it's just our job to instill all of those morals in your daughters, man. Just teach her values of herself, to value herself, you know what I mean? Nothing less, you know what I mean? And and not to be out there running around and acting all crazy. That's the best job we can do as dads. You know what I mean?
Let's put the kid in the best position to win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I just want to get back to your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of guys from where we come from are not in their child's life.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And like, I'm a full-time dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My man LJ.
Yeah, I couldn't go a day without seeing LJ.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go a day without talking to LJ, without him busting me in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we're going to do. How do you work, play basketball, have your social life, and have time for your kids?
Man, it's definitely tough. But like you said, growing up where we come from, a lot of households are, single parents, like even me growing up. My mom, I always stay with my mom. You know what I mean? She was always our rock. But my dad was still in my life. I just wasn't seeing him as often. You know what I'm saying? Until I got older, teenager, then I moved with my dad. So, like, now that I have a child, my thought process was always that I always wanted to be in the house. And, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it didn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation where I co-parent. And it's tough. It's tough. But with technology now, I can, if I'm away, I can FaceTime her for an hour. You know what I'm saying? I can always be there no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It may not be physical, but no matter what, I try my best to make sure every day that, I'm at least checking in on her, making sure, all the stuff is in place, like you're doing your homework, how was school, you know what I'm saying? How you feeling? What did you eat? All of that stuff, just to let her know I love you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's huge. It's huge. You're a princess. You're a young queen. I always try to tell her that every day, man.
I mean, that's love.
Yeah.
Like, a day doesn't go by where I tell LJ I love him like 50,000 times.
You have to.
And I'm calling, I'm like, yo, big bro. He's looking, he's like, yeah, I'm big bro. I'm big bro. I'm like, yeah, big bro. You love me? Like, yeah. You miss me? Yeah. You have to be there to reassure and let them know I'm here for you. So I love that.
Absolutely.
So you're in your kid's life. That's beautiful. I made it my business. Like, I'm not gonna do to my kids how my father did to me. Like, that's like something that's just in me. Like, you wasn't there made me a better parent, and that's like crazy.
Yeah. But like you said, that's what we go through, come from where we come from. You know what I'm saying? It's either we have mom,
or it's mom,
or it's grandma. You know what I'm saying? It's mom or grandma. You know what I mean? And I was fortunate enough to have a mom and a dad that co-parent. You know what I'm saying? So my dad was always there also. So, I learned from him. You know what I'm saying? And I took things from him, and now I'm trying to do those things to make him better. You know what I'm saying? He was wonderful, man. One of the best guys I ever knew. I had my grandfather, my grandparents, but that's what we're supposed to do, though. We're supposed to take what we saw and change it and make it better for our kids. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do.
Yeah, that's love, man.
Yeah.
So for all you guys out there that's listening, that's watching, to be in your kid's life doesn't have to be solely financial.
No.
This brother right here is telling you he co-parents. And the way technology is set up today, he can FaceTime his daughter daily. Not that, it's something on my to-do list to let me check off. I checked on my daughter. No. I'm checking on my daughter because I miss her. I love her. I want to see how she's doing today. Technology is set up for you to win.
Yeah.
His daughter's 12, so the text is, I know she's texting you.
Oh, man. So, it's crazy because she, like you said, she's at that age where it's like she's a preteen, so it's like, sometimes I call him like, Sanaya, you can text daddy like good morning sometimes. She was like, all right, Dad, I'll do it next time. I'll do it. I'm like, oh, man, this one I'm going to have to deal with. But I know the texts are going to be coming in once you hit high school, Dad, car, and all of this stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, so how do you prepare for a car? Are you saving
man,
now?
I got to start saving now because it's around the corner. Bro, I thought yesterday she was 8, and then now she's about to be 12, and it's like, oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. High school years are on the way.
High school years are on the way.
On the way.
I mean, I love it. I just love that you're involved.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to explain to the listeners and the watchers and the people from where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
To be involved is like the best thing you can do.
Absolutely.
To watch a kid go, like LJ's turned 3 next month, and to watch him go from 0 to 3 is like blowing my mind.
It's unreal, bro.
It's like,
I'm telling you, you're going to wake up one day, he's going to be 7, and you're going to be like, where did the time go?
yeah.
You know? But I was fortunate enough to come from good parents, man. You know what I'm saying? My mom was there day in, day out, no matter what. Like, didn't miss a beat. I don't care what the situation was. She was there. And, you know, you can only learn from that and going forward, you know what I'm saying, as you grow up. And my dad was there, you know what I'm saying? He was different kind of approach, you know. My mom was way more hands-on. My dad was more so, I'm going to tell you how this is going to be. And I'm going to let you, you know, I'm going to let you venture out. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So you choose, you know, I'm going to let you know, though. But my mom was like, no, you can't do that. And then she'll come and make sure I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? She was that kind of mom.
So, shout out to Nadine.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
So, Mom, if you're growing up in the inner city, you know what I mean? It's a lot of crime and trouble and freedom in the inner city. How did you stay out of getting into the gang culture or going left and ending up in jail for a long time?
Man. Oh, man. It was so tough to be around everything. Like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I had this conversation the other day when we were growing up. A lot of us played basketball. I don't care, even the gangs, everybody played basketball. You know what I'm saying? So that was part of my way of, like, you know, not getting in too deep. But, you know, and I also had, you know, family that fished. So as a kid, all I did was fish. I fished a lot. I fished spring, summer, fall. I was fishing a lot. My great-grandmother, shout out to my great-grandmother. She's still doing well.
That's love.
She kept, you know, she called me, make sure, hey, I'm going fishing. So I would go fishing some days and come back and see more of my friends. And they like, yo, such and such just happened. I'd be like, man, I was at Burden Lake catching bass. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. But, you know, and it's crazy because it just shows you how God works sometimes, you know what I mean? And it was a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
I mean, that's love right there. So I grew up where you grew up. And like you said, everyone was playing basketball. Knowing what I know now about basketball, I wish I would have learned. Like, I wasn't that smart to learn the basketball. Like, I'm watching like Shy. Like you.
Non-human brother. Shout out to my non-human brother.
Like Shy went to like Chile to play basketball. And I'm like, bro, you going to where to do what?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know where Chile is at. Like,
you know
what I mean? Like knowing, like watching like Onion and the AAU kids and they all over and they playing basketball. And I'm like, I could have been like traveling, like seeing the world and from basketball.
From basketball, bro.
And I wasn't that smart.
It as a kid, that's what we dreamed of. You know what I'm saying? We dreamed of going these big D1 schools and then going overseas or just playing professional ball. Like, and, you know, a lot of my friends, they did it. They went through the steps. You know, they went to the big school, got their agents. They went overseas. They made it to the NBA. We had guys before us that did it that we looked up to, the Willie Deans, the Lionels, the Jakeys, you know what I'm saying, the Devonair D's, those guys. And, you know, my break just came late. I just, I always loved ball. Always loved it. I would always play in the park, new courts, tournaments, but I never dedicated myself to the point where it was like, I want to make something out of it, and that came later on in life, after a lot of stuff I went through. And then I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to dedicate myself to this. I'm going to dedicate myself to my craft, and I'm going to see the outcome.
Yeah.
And through God willing, I was fortunate enough to go play overseas, you know what I mean? Playing some professional leagues in the state, and got my break to play overseas. Travel the world for free.
So basketball definitely took you places. So for the young kids that's watching, if you're in an inner city and you have the freedom to get into trouble if you want, you have the freedom of your choice at like 11 or 12, whether to go left or right, look for the opportunities that's going to take you out of the place that you're in.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid growing up, a lot of us, if we would have had those outlets,
who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Just to get out of the inner city.
But that's that's one of the reasons why I started my fishing club. You know what I mean? Because I remember I had a lot of friends also, that like to fish. Other than the friends I hung with most of the time. So, but as I got older, I'm like, damn, nobody fishes anymore. You know what I mean? I don't see any kids. I used to go to Washington Park. I used to go to these places, Tivoli Lakes, and I used to see a lot of kids fishing. You know what I mean? I used to see a lot of people fishing. So I'm like, man, I'm going to try to, bring that back. Unfortunately, last year we weren't able to hold any kids events like we have done previous summers because of something with the lake, some algae in the water. But that's one of the things that prompted me to, start a fishing club. I wanted to bring that feeling back. And it was crazy when our first event, we had about 40 kids. 40 kids, bro. And gave them all fishing poles, and you'll be surprised if you take a kid out there, especially if they're catching fish. They catch one fish, they hook. They hook.
They hook.
They hook.
Yeah.
Not the fish, they hook. So, but we'll be back this spring doing some more events. Be on the lookout, Keeping It Real Fishing Club.
Keeping It Real Fishing Club. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just giving them opportunity. You know
Other outlets.
Other outlets. I love that.
Other outlets. We got Tivoli Lake stock. We bought fish. So, years to come, the lake will be plentiful. We put about 300 bass in there, about 600 bluegill. On top of the fish that was already in there, we bought about 30,000 minnows for the fish to eat. So, the years to come, kids can just get on their bike, get their fishing pole, drive right down the pathway, go to Tivoli, catch you some fish.
Yeah, I remember going back to Tivoli. We used to be fishing with the stick.
Oh, with the stick and the line?
Yeah. We wasn't doing that, but
you ain't catch nothing?
No, we ain't catch nothing back there. We have more fun chasing the ducks.
Oh yeah. They back there.
Yeah, I remember my mom came back there one time. We gotta be 10, 11. My mom come back there one time. We had no business in Tivoli Lake. It's probably me, King, Ra-Ra, all of us. We in the back of Tivoli Lake. The only thing she came back and said was, why y'all got your school sneakers on?
Yo, you couldn't mess them school sneakers up back in the day. You know that, bro. You know that. You know what's crazy, man? I used to love fishing so much. Kids don't do this out there. But, man, I remember, being in, first year of high school. I would, play hooky to go fishing. You know what I'm saying? That was my love for it. Nice day. I'm like, man, I ain't going to school. You know what I'm saying? And it cost me down the long run that school year. I had to finish a lot of assignments, you know what I mean, to make it through. But that was just the feeling I had for fishing, man.
Definitely, man. But growing up in the inner city is just so much freedom, and giving these kids these outlets is a beautiful thing. So I want to touch on this because I think this is a big topic, a big subject right now, is the gun control, right? In the inner cities, in the urban cities, the poverty-stricken neighborhoods, guns are like belts.
Oh, man.
Everybody has them, right?
Like sneakers.
And losing family members, which you have, to gun violence, how do you feel about gun control?
Gun control is such a touchy topic, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I feel as though people in the inner city, I don't think we really look at things from a whole, you know, from others' perspectives. You know, we view things in a selfish way, kind of like we don't understand the severity of things until it hits home. And then it's, this should be like this, or, you know, justice for this. But it actually affects everyone, bro. And it's so bad to the fact that we're still blind to it, and it happens so much, bro. Like these guns are literally ruining our neighborhoods. It's ruining our neighborhoods, right? And they say you need permits and all that, but we know how that is. You know, in the hood, you can get it just like going to Footloose, getting a pair of sneakers. I just think that we should take more initiative ourselves, doing stuff, policing our own neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Putting people in check in a sense, you know, like we can't be afraid to police our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like if we know what's going on around, like we got kids around here, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like, there's no feeling like losing a family member that's taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like someone being taken away from you is a totally different feeling. That's like, wow, he was murdered. Like, you know, like it's so hard to explain, bro. Mm-hmm. And we don't understand that until it hits home. You know what I mean? Everyone, like people from the outside might say, man, you know, street code, street mentality, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like, not to get too far into stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I just think that, you know, if we start looking at things from others' perspective and have empathy and sympathy for, you know, families, you know, like, and start understanding, like, if this person kills this person, not only his family hurts, my family hurts. Because now, if I'm gone, who's going to be there to support my kids? Who's going to be there to run my household? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I view things. Like, it doesn't just affect the family. It affects everyone. It affects the whole community. And Albany is small, bro. Yeah. So it's so small. It's so small.
I say my take on gun control is the lack of education. I say the lack of education in that department, like it's in the Constitution, you have the right to bear arms.
You have a right to bear arms. Constitutional.
So, right, it's constitutional. You have the right to bear arms. Where we come from in our communities, we don't have that knowledge of, you know, I might can go to Walmart and get me a shotgun and protect my family. You see what I'm saying? That's one aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Or we're living in New York State where the rules might be that much more stricter. You have to know the rules to the game that you're playing. And when you're in the inner city, where we come from,
there's no rules.
There's no rules, and how you're dealing with those guns, you don't have a gun to protect yourself. You have a handgun that's illegal. If something is illegal, there's something legal for it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
And this is what I'm saying, the lack of education. Where we come from, we aren't carrying guns to protect ourselves. We're carrying guns to do harm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's people all around, white, black, purple, pink, that has the permits and went through the proper steps and has the guns locked away in the closet in New York State. That's to protect their home. But once you take those guns out the home and you're just wearing your gun like you're wearing your clothes, that's where it becomes a problem.
See, but then it's like, then I bear this question. Even if we had the knowledge behind, you know, bearing arms, constitutional rights, will it stop the violence in our inner cities?
See that's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Education. That's like you gotta have nieces, nephews, little cousins, and if you have this knowledge, like your little cuz, you shouldn't have that gun on you because X, Y, and Z is gonna happen. Mm-hmm. If you really fear for your life and you really want to protect your family, these are the steps you take to have the gun wherever the law says you can have the gun. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And little cuz, you shouldn't be putting yourself in any situation where you need
a gun. Yeah.
You see, that's the education. You need the education of when, where, and how you can have this gun. You put it away. You protect your family. You protect your home. Someone invades your house. You take the proper steps, whatever. But outside of this law, this is what you need to know is the law.
Absolutely.
Outside of this law, you shouldn't be putting yourself in a position to even have the gun.
And that comes back to us policing, teaching ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to tell us that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The government, they're not going to tell us that. Not in the inner city. They ain't going to say that. So I just feel like you said, the education, but where's it going to come from?
It has to come from you.
It has to come from us.
Yeah.
It has to come from us.
It has to come from you. And I'm big on not going places I shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't do a lot of partying in the inner city because
you setting yourself up for failure. You got to pick and choose.
You have to pick and choose. And if I know this because I've seen it a million times. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen a club, somebody stabbed, somebody shot, something after the club, people are getting jumped. Why would I go there?
Definitely got to pick and choose. It's like even like having a gun. Like I remember I was talking to some young kids and I'm like, why do you want to have a gun? Oh, protect myself. It's crazy out here. All right, so where is it crazy? You know, when I'm over here with this person and we over here, we going here. So why are you going there? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really break stuff down and take a minute to think about it, all right, so if you with this person and you going over here with this person and y'all need a gun to go over here, why are you with him and why are y'all going over there?
Exactly. And that goes back to speaking about what we were speaking about off camera is being yourself.
Gotta be yourself. If you have a thought about a situation, a second thought about a situation, you know you shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to think about going somewhere that might be a little crazy, you know you shouldn't be going. Like, I know if there's a party and I know X, Y, and Z is going to be there, or, you know, this type of crowd is going to be there, I'm not going to put myself in that position to even be around that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it comes with education, comes with people telling you. With us, it came from experience. You know what I'm saying? Trial and error. It comes from trial and error with us. We went through it. We grew up in it. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to be those OGs to be like, you know. So in the conversations I have with young kids, it's so random, which is weird, you know. And I work with I work at Equinox Youth Outreach Center. So we have some teens in there where I can kind of like talk to and, you know, sit down and kick it with about stuff like that, which, you know, it helps. It might not help tomorrow, but hopefully one day down the road, they'll be like, you know, I had that conversation with Pooh.
Yeah, it was serious.
It was serious.
Yeah, because I just like to tell the kids, you're playing a game you can't win.
It's a lose-lose situation.
It's designed for you to lose. And if you know the rules to the game, you play it in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting you know if you're found in New York State with a gun, you're going to get a minimum 3.5 years.
Yeah.
They're letting you know this.
You know this up front.
Up front, you know this. Why put yourself in a position to lose?
I've always been a person, I don't ever want to go to jail. I never wanted to go to jail. Bro, I don't want to do an hour in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but, you know, growing up, you do stuff, and then afterwards you think about it, and you like, man, that was close. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand how we see this going on. We see this one getting caught. We see this happening to that one, and then we still like, you know, like.
It goes back to not being yourself.
You got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. Don't let these streets get you wrapped up and change you into something you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, no one wants to go to jail. So be yourself, man. And it's so much fun. It's so much life to live. So much life to experience, man. I have joy in waking up and just at 3 a.m. and being able to go in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah, because you seen a family member taken away from you,
Mhm.
gun violence. You have cousins and aunts and
Mhm.
whoever going in and out of jail, and you're like, that's not for me.
yeah, it can't be.
Like, you see it firsthand.
It can't be.
So how do you still put your hand in the fire once you seen them guys get burnt?
It's like I don't understand
You're
it.
like, you don't.
It's like I don't know. It's like and there's so many resources out here, and you know it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Inner city is tough because, like you said, it's designed for us to fail. We're in a box where it's like I can't go to this corner because this is over here. I can't go to this corner. This is over here. How do I get out the box? And it's tough when there's like no one there telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no one there telling you, you know, take this way out or go that route. So I just think there has to be more of us, more involvement, you know, and it'll take a lot from us also because we have lives, you know. But there's a lot of people doing a lot of positive things in Albany. Fourth Family, you know, those guys are amazing. You know, we have Paul, my guy Paul Kane. He does a lot in a 518. But and those guys are motivation for me also to do more for the youth, you know. So hopefully this spring we'll have a lot more stuff. Like I said, fishing events, maybe some basketball camps. Just trying to be involved, man. Trying to be involved. Like I said, I got a daughter. She's 12 too, so I have her around helping. You know what I mean? Just so she can see the ins and outs of things and what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to have her separated from things, you know, because I've always said if you can make it out the hood, you can make it anywhere.
Make it anywhere.
You can make it anywhere, bro. You make it out the hood, you can make it anywhere, bro. You can make it anywhere.